your summer jam, holla back, boy.
Many artists and industry professionals compare the business of rap to another line of work.
You can't blame a pimp for getting hoes. If you could get them, then get them. But, you know, you as a motherfucking hoe gotta be like, fuck that, I'm gonna start pimping hoes. You know what I'm saying?
It's the labels, it's the pimps. That's the P.I.M.P. You the hoe, B. As soon as you ain't making no money, get the fuck out of here.
Who pimping, nigga? Who pimping? What's really good? Who pimping? Who's sipping? What you talking about? What's really good?
What are you talking about?
Word.
Please tell me, I wanna understand. Where you getting your information
I mean,
from?
as far as, like...
50 Cent's first break came when Jam Master Jay signed him to his JMJ label. When Jay's Run DMC touring schedule became too hectic, 50 Cent left the label and signed with Columbia.
Columbia gave me $65,000 in advance. I had to negotiate a release with JMJ, so Jam Master Jay got $50,000. The attorney that negotiated for me and worked the deal out through Columbia Records got $10,000. I had $5,000. I was still selling crack during the whole Columbia deal. How do you find a way to generate income enough to feed yourself for over a year, waiting for an album to come out, and be able to go to the studio whenever they call you to go?
It's a mistake to think at all that you're not going to be exploited. You're not going to be in the entertainment industry in any form and not be exploited. It's not going to happen. But we live with exploitation every day. The issue is the compensation for the exploitation. I think that Tupac, whatever he started with the same basic contract everybody else starts with in the industry. But guess what? He went back and made them change that time and time again. It's what you do. If you're good enough, then you force them to change it.
No doubt, Benzino here on the video Shoot or Die Another Day. Electro recording artist, co-owner of Source Magazine, Eminem Slayer. This battle between me and Eminem is really a situation where the hood just ain't selling units no more. And there's a double standard on how certain media, is using hip-hop and Eminem as propaganda to, in my opinion, to make the hood not sell no more records.
The commercialization of it is good. It's created more, economic opportunity. It's created more jobs, more wealth. But now, we also have to take a look at where that wealth is going right now.
It's a double standard, meaning, we can't make the same. We gotta gear our songs towards partying and more lighter side of things. We can't speak our pain. We can't express our pain. We can't express our music with our pain. I think they're letting Eminem be free to do the music that he wants to do, while at the same time we're not.
Start from the beginning. You ain't repping the streets. No. You from the outskirts of Detroit, where the bitches meet. I'm gonna pull your skirt up, expose your true sex, antagonize your label till I get my respect. Yeah, you sold a lot of units, but you can't be me. The state of hip-hop will continue to be fucked up. You playing by a different set of rules, you got me fucked up. Respect the hood, Marshall, or the hood will take you out. You the real gangster, and I don't care who you sign. Disrespect, Benzino, that ass is mine.
The first song where he came at you...
It's not a song.
A freestyle.
I hope to God he was freestyling, because if he wrote that, I really feel bad.
I mean, did something happen to spark that between you and him?
Angie, I swear on my daughter's life, I never met this dude. I never met this man, this girl. She is obsessed with me.
The Benzino thing, that's punk shit. And all that, he does all of that. Hollering, hooting, and hollering, saying, oh, he's white, he's stealing black culture. Well, I'm black as a motherfucker. And I love Eminem.
I think Eminem sells records because he's talented. Because there's been many white rappers before him that didn't sell 8-9 million records because they didn't have the talent. Everybody's pinpointing him because he's better than everybody. So now motherfuckers is like, oh, it's because he's white. It's because he's white. He's selling all these records. That's not true, man. You look at Dre. Dre sold 6 million records before. Snoop sold 7 million records before. Well, he wasn't white, he was black. This dude just happens to be talented.
He act like Emma's the only nigga that's selling. Nelly selling.
Jigga selling, Nas selling.
He thought he couldn't.
I don't care selling.
You know what he thought he was gonna do?
A lot of niggas selling.
Yo, you know what he thought he was gonna do?
Niggas eating right now.
Yo,
But
to
you
me,
mad at Eminem because you ain't eating.
it felt like to me he was trying to start a fucking revolution. Like, yo, fuck the white people. The white boys selling records and we not selling records in the hood.
He thought he'd come at
Nigga, that's because
Eminem.
your shit whack as hell.
The average consumer is gonna go buy what they want to buy. If they like Benzino's album enough, and they like Eminem's album enough, they gonna buy both albums. If they gotta choose between one of the two, if they feel like Eminem's is better, rather he's black or white, they gonna buy his. He's not taking food out of nobody's mouth. And you know, me and him ain't on the best of terms right now, but I gotta defend him in that right because he worked too fucking hard for somebody to just try and take that away from him. He been through too much just being white.
All he just missing is the black on his face. Because Eminem is black too. He's black and white. He know how to deal with, motherfuckers on here and over there. So, hey, man, I don't tell him shit. I wouldn't give a fuck. You let me get some white audience selling. I wouldn't give a fuck.
I ain't selling no units in the hood no more, man.
Fuck Benzino.
I ain't selling no more units in the hood no more.
With artists and fans rushing to Eminem's defense, Benzino and Dave Mays' anti-corporate message was lost. However true their complaints about the increasing corporate domination of hip-hop, they had singled out Eminem.
When you pick one person, how can a person not personalize it? If you just talking about me, you just talking about me.
He dissed me on a record. I didn't respond. Then he dissed me again. He went back in the studio again. I think he was mad that I didn't respond. Not that it didn't hit my radar, because this dude owns half of the Source magazine.
2003 Vanilla Ice, how you playing it? If you ask me, you really ain't that nice, you overrated. You ran to your manager, ask him how to handle this. 5 shades darker, motherfucker, you be cannabis. So let me have the back, slap your moms if you smile. I'm serious, if you ain't gonna respect her, why should
The
I?
second time he did it, I said, you know what? I'm gonna let him have it.
You don't know me or my motherfucking mother, you motherfucking punk. Put me on your fucking cover just to sell your little sellout mag. I ain't mad, I feel bad. Here's an ad, here's a poster of Ray and his dad. You wanna talk about some shit that you don't know about? Yeah, let's talk about how you putting your own son out there to try to eat off him, cause you missed your boat. You're never gonna blow, bitch, you're just too old. No wonder you're sore now, Lord, you're bored now. I'm pushing 30, you're kicking 40's door down. Bitch, this is more now, and you'll never beat me. All you do is cheat me out of quotables, but you know that you'll always see me on your TV. Cause you gotta stay up till 3 in the morning to see a video played once on BET.
So I gave it to him. 2 songs. 2 songs to his 2 songs.
Vanilla Ice, spill the beans and rice. I'm eating you alive inside. Jesus Christ, if you're that much of a gangster, put the mic down. You should be out killing motherfuckers right now. Kill a motherfucker dead. Kill him dead, bitch. Shoot him in the fucking head. Go ahead, bitch. Slap my mom. Slap the fuck out of her. She can't sue you. She wouldn't get a buck out of you cause you're broke as fuck. You suck. You're a fucking joke. If you was really selling coke, well then what the fuck you stop for, dummy? If you slew some crack, you'd make a lot more money than you do from rap.
Don't blame me because you suck. This dude, Angie, I think could very well, after hearing his last record, I truly believe, and I'm not even exaggerating, this dude could possibly be the worst rapper in the world. I never thought I would see the day where I met or heard the wackest rapper in the world, but he very well possibly could be the worst rapper in the world. The only reason that I responded to this clown in the first place is because the extortion is going on between him and Dave Mays. Nobody wanted to address it. Everybody in the business, you talk to any rapper in the business, we all know what's going on at the Source.
On the Boston scene, Mays met Raymond Scott, a.k.a. Benzino, a.k.a. Ray Dog the Jackal, an MC in the then up-and-coming The Almighty RSO. They became friends and colleagues, with Mays even acting as the group's manager.
I started from nothing. I had $250 and a newsletter and an idea, and I stayed with it, and I was lucky enough, fortunate enough, right timing for it to work out.
In 1988, Mays published the first issue of The Source magazine. Within a few years, fans and artists began to consider it the Bible of hip-hop, and The Source's opinions both reflected what hip-hop was and projected what it would become.
It's kind of hard to delineate between where your journalism ends and where entertainment begins, because they've been so influential in their ability to determine different things. It's been an issue.
Notably, in 1994, Dave Mays, without consulting his editors, added a 3-page story on Benzino's Almighty RSO. prompting a large number of the editorial and writing staff to leave the source, including editors-in-chief James Bernard and Jonathan Schechter.
The standards that apply at Time magazine do not apply to any of the hip-hop magazines. You know, I even question, do we have separation of the editorial and the advertising?
Adding to the conflict of interest, Dave Mays also served as an executive producer on the Almighty RSO's album.
It's funny to me to hear anybody use the term conflict of interest in this industry, because this is an industry built on conflict of interest. You know, it's hard to pinpoint one and chastise them for it when there's so much.
Reeling from the loss of staff, the magazine went through a management shift, where, in the absence of an editor-in-chief, different people tried to edit the magazine.
When I got the opportunity to go over there, the first thing I did was just talk to journalists that I knew who were older than me and say, should I do this? You know, is the taint or the perception of a taint around this place so drastic that I shouldn't mess with it?
After a stint as music editor, Selwyn Hines became the editor-in-chief in 1997. The issue of the first staff walkout had apparently been resolved.
Source's second career was the start of when Selwyn became editor-in-chief. Selwyn had separated editorial from business, and we brought the Source to major heights.
Selwyn Hines hired Elliot Wilson as music editor of the Source.
I grew up reading the Source. I looked at it as it was the Bible of hip-hop. I was like, I want to be part of that. I used to read the Source, and it had a column in it called the Dennis Files, and it had this guy, Reginald C. Dennis. He was the music editor, and he had a column in the back of the book with the reviews. And he had like a ski hat on and glasses, and I was like, I want to be that guy. So I got to live out my career dream, which was to be Reggie Dennis and be the holder of the mics.
Arguably the most trusted and revered rating system in hip-hop, the mics of the Source came to hold a considerable influence in the culture.
The mics of the Source were always, you know, a motherlode of controversy.
There's not one set way it's done. When I took over, I was told that you have to put together a mic committee, which is me and a bunch of editors. I get the new album, I have to make copies for everybody, and then we're supposed to have a meeting and hammer out what we all think, and out of that conversation, I come up with the rating, and pending the approval of Selwyn and Dave, it is what it is. And usually maybe one record per month they'd want to debate. They would think maybe this could get a little bit higher. So we'd have little like non-structured meetings or conversations, and sometimes I would give in, sometimes I would get my way. You know, it was pretty much not a problem, even with Dave.
But things changed in 1998 with the review of Corrupt's double album, Corruption.
He has a song on the album called 5 Mics, which is the highest rating you can get in the Source magazine. So he had, and the hook was like 5 mics dedicated to the Source. And then Dave all of a sudden comes in the office too, and he's nodding along to it. And I was like, yo, you heard this, Dave? Come to find out, like, Dave's boys have produced it. Dave wasn't gonna say, you know what, you have to do this, you know. He would try to hide under the guise of journalism. You know, he had a vested interest, but he wouldn't, it was like wink, wink. He wouldn't say to you, it's my magazine, you gotta do it that way. He tried to convince me that the thing deserved it. I wanted to give Corrupt 3 mics. Dave wanted me to give him 4. Issue comes out, and I see that the mics have been changed. So I'm livid, and then someone goes, oh, he didn't call you? I'm like, no, he didn't call me.
And I understand why Elliot took it the way that he did.
Fuck him. I don't want to work for him. Like, fuck him. And I'm very vindictive.
Despite the fact that the lack of separation between business and editorial had cost the Source another editor, the Source still wouldn't learn from its mistakes.
We had just closed our September issue. Puffy was on the cover of that issue. There were a lot of stories in there, including a story on the Made Men.
The day the printed copies arrived in the Source's offices, Dave Mays' assistant stormed down the hallways, calling all the editors for a mandatory meeting the following day.
Dave tried to downplay it. He said, look, you know, Ray has some concerns and there's some things he wants to talk about relating to the magazine and how he and his group were treated in the magazine. Not a big deal, you know, very, very downplaying it. So I said, look, man, I was like, you're my boss. If you tell me that you won't be here for this meeting in the conference room, I'm gonna do it. But I'm telling you right now, I think it's a bad idea. And if it goes the way I think it's gonna go, I'm not gonna like it.
Dave Mays, Benzino, Benzino's father, the Made Men, the Made Men's publicist, and almost the entire editorial staff of The Source gathered in the conference room.
So there's a lot of people in this room, and there's copies of the new Source on the table. So then Ray begins this incredible tirade about why, you know, their name is so small and everybody else's name is so big. And I'm beginning to have a logical conversation, but even then I'm like, why am I saying this? You know, I actually learned how to do Source covers from this guy right here, you know, Dave Mays. I mean, it's one of the good things that I got from Dave. Dave showed me how to, you know, make a cover sell, and you put the big popular people big and the not so popular people smaller. It was a thing that got Raymond angrier and angrier and angrier and angrier, and that meeting went down so fast. You know, fuck you, Sal, fuck you this, you know, you ain't real, you don't know hip hop, you know, fuck you that. So I got up and I stopped and I looked at Dave and I said, I told you this was gonna happen. I told you this was gonna happen yesterday. I told you, you know?
Selwyn Hines, who had presided over The Source's largest growth in both revenue and pages, resigned from The Source. The next month, Benzino's Made Men album received 4.5 mics, joining a short list that includes some of the greatest rap albums of all time. Interestingly, the writer who reviewed the album doesn't exist.
When the mics used to mean something, the 4 was like you were the shit. Now it's like the least you get. 3.5 now, this means you a piece of shit. 4.5 or 5 means you Biggie, Jigga, Nas, or Benzino. See, I don't even think you realize you're playing with motherfuckers' lives.
The Source, as we used to know it, was the Bible of hip-hop. Their word was gold. Now what's happened is, this dude is doing the mic rating system. He even said in his song, the 5 mic giver.
You was unsigned night before you ever met Dre. I birthed your little career, now you owe your life to Ray. The 5 mic giver, the Marshall Maggot Ripper.
To The Source's credit, Benzino's subsequent release, The Benzino Project, wasn't given a mic rating, with the magazine's editors claiming they could not objectively rate it. But to critics, this was still not enough.
You can't be a rapper and own half of a magazine, because then what happens is you call rappers that you like, call them and you want them to make a guest appearance on your album, and if they don't want to do it because you suck, then he's going to take you out that magazine.
Oh, so you ain't gonna be on my song? Well, you get 2 mics. You get 2 mics, nigga. You get 2 mics.
Benzino's, a.k.a. Raymond Scott's name, only started to appear in that capacity in the magazine's masthead in 2002. In other words, Benzino became a co-founder 15 years after its start.
Although I think he probably brings a lot of good things to The Source, there's always going to be someone that says they're biased because of this situation.
Would you want them to back down and step back from one? That's just like saying a rapper shouldn't own a clothing line or a rapper shouldn't own a television network if he could. I mean, that's him in his hustle.
Shit, if I owned the magazine, my ass would be in there every month too. Shit. It's like if they wasn't niggas, I had jokes about that. Like, this nigga owned the magazine and can't get an ad in that bitch.
This nigga give himself quotable. Benzino, a hip-hop quotable. Yo, ghostwriter's supposed to get the quote.
Glasses in your face so you can see me.
This nigga got elementary rhymes, dog.
And nigga put 100 motherfucking ads in the Source magazine, and he sold 14,000 this first week. For this album, they said you get 3 issues of the Source magazine with it. That's $3.99. $3.99 3 times. If we do the math on that, that's about $12. Minus 15 cents. I sell Craig, I know numbers good. For $4, you could only get 14,000 people to buy that shit. Horrible. No, it's not horrible. That's a tragedy for your album to sell 14,000. Somebody should bury your ass for that.
Better off trying to bring our soul back. Look at your track record, that's how far it goes back. It's extortion and rounds of portion. So half of the staff up there is fresh out of jail from Boston. Bullying and bossing. Dave like a slave, they completely brainwashed him and forced him to stay locked in his own office. Afraid of the softest, fakest, wanna be gangster.
I mean, the Source magazine doesn't have beef, but we're in a business and it's competitive. Business is competitive. Business is full of sharks out there. So you gotta be competitive if you want to succeed in business. So, but I don't consider it beef.
Have you had sex with anyone famous?
Commissario, Source magazine.
As Benzino and Dave Mays used The Source to champion their cause against Eminem, they practically begged for a new opponent in battle, XXL magazine.
okay, can someone really ever really challenge the source? Because people have tried and people haven't really succeeded. And I was like, my strategy was going to be, I'm going right for them.
Hurling disses at Dave Mays, Benzino, The Source, and its staff. Elliott Wilson used his monthly editorials as a battling MC uses mixed tapes.
Every editorial, I was really like taking a lot of low blows. I was doing it creatively, satire-wise, but you know, it was very personal. And you know, I'm relentless.
In its February 2003 issue, The Source squared off against all its rivals. A free pull-out poster in the center of the magazine featured a cartoon Benzino ripping a cartoon Eminem's head and spinal cord out of his body. On the back of the poster was another cartoon.
Oh shit, that's me. They're breaking me in half.
Over the following months, the battling continued and the tensions rose. XXL's March issue, featuring Eminem, Dr. Dre, and 50 Cent on the cover, gave Eminem and 50 Cent the opportunity to attack Benzino and Ja Rule. Also, the issue outsold The Source, making XXL the top-selling music magazine for the very first time.
Do any of you guys read The Source magazine anymore?
If you ever see me in The Source magazine, it's gonna be a picture. They're gonna draw funny pictures of me and shit, because I ain't never gonna be in that publication, ever.
In its August issue, XXL featured 50 Cent as guest editor.
And then we ran this illustration of Benzino, which involved his son. You know, in retrospect, it probably is a little much.
Just after the issue hit the streets, Benzino, using a fake name, paid Elliott Wilson a visit.
While he was walking towards the back, I already was headed towards the front to see what it was. So we go towards the corridor, like we meet face up, and I'm like, yo, Ray, what's up, blah, blah. And I like touch him on his arm. He's like, don't touch me, don't touch me. And he's talking about he wants to fuck me up, and she kill me, bud, or he fuck me up, but it's kind of a blur. Why are you fucking with me, Elliott? Why am I doing this? Why am I being the bully, and I keep bringing it to Kim, keep bringing it to him, keep bringing it to Dave? Why are you like backing me into a corner, ultimately, where I gotta fucking do something? He's basically letting me know that in some ways he's justified in his mind because of what I did, and then doing the kid thing is too far, which is, you know, some legitimate argument. Rappers are very sensitive when it comes to children and kids, and even though it's 50 Cent's idea, you know, I'm responsible for it. It's my magazine.
Yeah, we don't want any beef, but I think it was pathetic. In any other business, you would never have a competitor come up and get in your face.
I don't yet. Mr. Coke has never decked.
Yeah, I don't know that the chairman of Pepsi has rolled up, you know, to the chairman of Coke and called him out like that. So yes, it's hip hop. When I first started XXL, anybody I've ever worked with is always, you know, welcome to hip hop. Seems to be an excuse for everything, but I think that was a real low point.
Him coming up there he felt I was crossing the line because I was coming at him as an individual. It is what it is. I'm not going to apologize, but it does change the way I'm doing things now going forward. Because if I personally attack them, I'm giving them an excuse to do something extreme. And I'm not going to take that bait. I'm not going to do that because I'm not trying to out-thug them. I'm trying to outsell them.
Back to the matter at hand, it's Greenland and with Elvis Presley, the selfish MC. Back to ruin rap and destroy the industry, single-handedly. And oh man, did we, Yammy and 50, OB me and Twizzy, and Nelly, and Missy, and Jigga. Goddamn, it's all a plan devised by the man. It's a conspiracy.
In every plantation got a bunch of house niggas. D12, Shady Records, just a bunch of house niggas.
A house nigga? It seems like you got a lot of house nigga in him, because he kind of like it. You know what I'm saying?
Partners white. This Benzino, you ain't shit but a bitch. Fucking old ass, ignorant, innocent looking senior citizen. Built up slightly like premise, all sensitive. Wait a minute, hold on. Is it me or do we look like a banana with braids and clothes on? Bitch-made man, now how you gonna connect with them short ass arms like a Tyrannosaurus Rex?
I got something for my ass every issue. Thank you, cause I keep running out of fucking tissue.
Fuck the sauce, I'm cover a roast on. You all Rosenberg, you fat fucking pig. I'm holding you responsible for what this bitch
The
did.
magazine's over in less than 6 months.
You the rap David Duke, the rap Hitler, the culture stealer. Niggas ain't with you. I'm the rap Huey, the rap Malcolm, the rap Martin. Don't worry, I'ma finish what we started. And everybody.
In November 2003, Dave Mays, Benzino, and The Source held a press conference.
Tonight? All right, thank you all for coming out. Sorry.
In their press release, Benzino and Mays announced they would be playing a tape of Eminem rapping racist
We can
lyrics.
say that what's on this tape, the tape that 3 white kids from Detroit walked into Dave's office, brought and said, listen, this is the real Eminem and we're tired of it.
It might seem unusual for a top-selling monthly magazine to deliver a message outside its pages. But less unusual when the target audience is not fans, but the national mainstream media.
We got to make this the same way that you guys have treated Mike Tyson. You guys are treating Kobe Bryant. You guys have treated R. Kelly, O.J. Simpson. We can hear the music now.
I'll get straight to the point. Black girls are bitches. That's why I'ma tell you, you better pull up your bridges. Cause all that cash is making your ass drag from the boyfriend you ganked. And that's pretty bad.
I can't think of a more, important and pivotal moment in our history and the Source's history, our personal histories than right here tonight.
Black girls and white girls just don't mix because black girls are dumb and white girls are good chicks. White girls are good. I like white girls.
Black women are bad, white women are good. I don't care if he's redeemed himself now. That's not the message. And if that's who he is, then he has to be held accountable for that. I want to see what he's going to say now. The ball's is in his court now.
In response to the press conference, Eminem claimed he had made the tape out of anger, stupidity, and frustration after breaking up with an African-American girlfriend. Although the scandalous nature of Eminem's lyrics have given Benzino and The Source a newfound support for their claims, perhaps the biggest revelation of the press conference was how bad Eminem was just 10 years ago, and how much he's improved since.
White girl, cause they got the rawhide.
Ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre mixture.
In just 25 years, the business landscape in hip-hop has become treacherous, and especially treacherous for up-and-coming artists.
Bitch, please, I'm postponing yo homies, hold the moments like I stole this future. Hoes know me, I'm no phony.
D12 was formed as an all-star group on the Detroit scene. Its members included Eminem, Bizarre, Conniver, Swift, Proof, Con Artists, and the late Bugs, who was shot to death in a fight in Detroit's Belle Isle Park. In the late 1990s, D12's members, frustrated by their inability to break into the game, went their separate ways.
Eminem was in Detroit by himself. Then he met Royce. All the beginning stages of Eminem's career, he was with Royce.
As potentially the two best unsigned MCs in Detroit, Eminem and Royce the 5'9" joined forces.
He said this is his last time trying to shop a deal. If this doesn't work, then I'm gonna quit rapping, period. And his first time was LA, and he never came home.
Eminem signed with Dr. Dre's Aftermath Records and wanted to bring Royce with him.
Slim played Dre one of my demos, and Dre liked it. So I went out to Cali. I started working like on the Chronic album, helping them out or whatever. I wrote a couple songs. One of the songs made the album. It was called The Message featuring Mary J. Blige.
Royce was progressing with Eminem in the Dr. Dre camp, but suddenly things got complicated.
My manager Keno was quoted in the Vibe as saying, "I've seen Eminem sit Dre down like a pupil," or something to that nature.
Fair one, and here comes 7 Mile.
Dre read it or heard about it and got pissed. He let me know he was upset. He let me know it wasn't no problem with me. He's just upset at my manager for what he said.
Understandably, a young artist looking to get in the game might feel just a little pressure when Dr. Dre says he has a problem with that artist's manager.
I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That's my nigga. I'm a loyal nigga. So fuck him. Fuck everybody. It's not about money with me no more, man. Like, that's my motherfucking dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't my manager, he my man.
Em had his back 100%. He loved Royce. He loved him to death. Royce was Eminem's hype-up man. And nobody could take that job from him. D12 was just M's boy. He wasn't even thought about. Royce the 5'9" was the first priority to come out. Royce was in the driver's seat.
Eager to establish himself as an MC, Royce was having a difficult time working himself into the protege system under Eminem. Instead of waiting for Eminem to put out Royce's record, Royce, based on his relationship with Eminem, and solid appearances on Eminem's Slim Shady LP, signed a deal at Tommy Boy Records.
M took steps to put us on, so that respect and that love will always be there. But we're our own men. You know, we eat off our own plate. We're not on the Eminem plate. We're not eating off the Eminem plate or the Dr. Dre plate or the Interscope plate. We eat off our own plate.
Em asked me, say, yo, Royce, could you finish this tour out with me? You know what I'm saying? I'll need you to finish this tour out with me, dude. That'd be cool. Royce was like, well, no, man, I gotta start my record. Tommy Boy just signed me, said and such. He totally flipped the script.
Left without a hype man, Eminem reached out to his childhood friend, Proof, with whom he had a falling out.
Him and Proof made up, you know what I'm saying, because they was best friends. No reason why they should be beefed out.
He asked Proof, could he rotate with Royce? So Royce said, well, just let Proof do it. I gotta get in the studio and do my album. Em was like, damn, I just got you $1 million deal, basically co-signed for you. You can't even finish this tour out.
Although Royce denied that he rejected Eminem's offer, Proof quickly became Eminem's permanent hype man.
So once he started to fade away from Eminem, Eminem concentrated more on D12. So actually, I would like to thank Royce for getting D12 back together.
Without the support of Eminem and Dr. Dre, Royce begged the question of whether he left the nest too soon.
I'll never forget one day he was salty. He came in the studio. He wanted to record Rock City over with M. And M was like, yo, I got this D12 deadline. You know, I'll have to give it you another day. And Royce couldn't understand that. He was like, what? I'm Royce, man. What you doing?
Royce began to believe that D12 was souring his relationship with Eminem.
We all, in fact, embrace Royce on the fact of M embrace Royce.
You being dope is dope for me, cause you around my mans, that make you another dope nigga in our clique.
That was lit. I told about everybody, he got the most potential.
When they went on tour, they did a Green Lantern mixtape. I submitted them a freestyle verse. For some reason, they listened to the verse and felt like I was dissing them. Even M.
He comes on before his record even started and said,
fuck anger management. I need somebody to manage my anger. And he took that as I was saying, fuck the anger management tour.
If you cool with him, why would you put something in there that make the man even think that it's a diss?
He said, fuck anger management. Anger management is the name of Eminem's tour, bottom line.
They took my shit off, and it got back to me through somebody else. And I'm thinking, why would M think I would do something like that to him, of all people? M was supposed to be upset. He said I'm not talking to Royce, period. I'm calling around frantically. What's wrong with M? What's the problem? Like, we can solve it in one talk.
Eminem didn't want to talk to him because you know why? It's 2 words. It's not subliminal. Fuck anger management.
Paul said, I'm trying to get him to talk to you now, Royce. What the fuck you mean you trying to get him to talk to me?
Royce would see our manager at the club and say, man, I don't think them niggas ready. They ain't ready to come out yet.
Like, you ain't ready, nigga.
Tell him we ain't ready.
You ain't ready.
Then we confront him. He said, no, man, I ain't saying no
He don't eat.
I didn't play you out of position. Mazar didn't play you out of position. Kadaver didn't play you out of position. None of these two played you out of position. He played himself out of position. With ego, your ego play you out of position. This my time to shine. I'm about to get it. I'm about to go. Let's go. Fuck it. How it took me to get here. I don't care who helped me get here. This I'm about to go. That monster, whoever that monster was, is what destroyed you.
Then you blame us. Don't blame us.
Although Royce had recorded many songs, Tommy Boy refused to release Royce's Rock City album.
I think it was because Dre wasn't involved as much as they thought he should be. M wasn't involved as much as he should be. And then, you know, we parted ways.
Finally, Royce released his Rock City album on independent distributor Koch Records. Though the Source magazine called Royce the complete MC, Koch Records' distribution machine lacked the power and reach of any of his former labels. In an unrelated internet interview, Royce, amidst his anger and confusion, lashed out.
Who would you say is ruining rap right now? Like, who do you think's whack, or who would you want to start a beef with anytime soon? D12. D12?
He said D12.
And I said D12. They garbage.
The worst fucking rap group ever.
Huh?
Shit, I mean, it's the truth. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Even when I'm not mad, I feel like they're garbage.
Damn, this is Royce. It was his voice. No doubt it was Royce. So he's like, all right, you know what, man? Enough is enough.
We ain't Royce, motherfucker, we don't speak in vain. We don't act like we street, we don't not say names. We don't ask him to walk us in the door to get a deal and then turn our back on him when he need his boys for real. That's neither here nor there, dog. His first video was shot up in NY, y'all. Is this nigga the king of Detroit, the king of getting his ass whipped and left by his boy? That's Ryan Montgomery thinking out loud with rhinestones in his do-rag. You tough, dog.
So I went to the radio the next day.
From the moment I walked in the door, it's always been envy towards Royce. Asking him, what is he doing here? What you helping him for? And it just hit the fan. They finally decided to pick their balls up in our zone.
Next day, my man got on the radio and was talking shit, running his mouth, said he had smacked my ugly wife.
Smack your ugly wife.
Said he had smacked Swift.
Swifty, I'll slap you.
He had smacked Deny.
Deny, I'll slap you.
Smack me, he did it.
He said he had smacked everybody.
Royce dug up and dusted off a 3-year-old never-released diss he had written about D12's
He had diss songs on us.
He got like 15.
Like, right, in the vault. While we were still giving each other plays and shit, like, what up, though, man? Yeah, this is and that. He had diss songs already on us.
No, nigga, how can I relate to a group with 4 dudes that's easily replaced? I erase niggas when they talk backwards. What? I call Paul and have him write you off on his taxes. I'm a solo artist, you just wanted a crew. Fans coming up to y'all like, which one is you? You the fat.
What makes a great diss track is you saying anything about the person that the world can relate to. It's like me calling Bizarre fat, saying you got a shower cap. I mean, the whole world knows he's fat. He wears a fucking shower cap.
Share for the rap. Arresting the big fat bear that gotta jump in the character to rap. Niggas, give me this mic. You ain't doing it right. You call yourself an idiot. I'm just proving you right.
It must have ruffled their feathers. They got all upset.
What D12 claimed offended them more than Royce's disses was a line mentioning late D12 member Bugs, suggesting that if Bizarre wants beef, he could meet up with Bugs.
I don't give a fuck, nigga. You can beat up with gloves, and if you want beef, fuck it, you can meet up with Bugs.
Do you think the Bugs line took it to the next level?
Hell yeah!
If,
That's
nigga,
why
if
we...
Bugs... yo, man, please, man.
Next question.
He said Bugs' name in the song, he shouldn't even be worried about us. He should be worried about Bugs' people.
After premiering the record, Royce announced on the radio he would be at a Detroit club called Lush that night.
And I'm going to the Lush tonight. So whoever decided to get cute, come see me at the Lush tonight. No, deny. That ain't just D12. That's anybody in the city.
Deny.
All right?
Deny.
Talking tough. He gonna beat people up with one arm. Dog.
Deny. Trey Little is in the house.
Deny. I will give you the business, dog.
Building.
Deny.
Hey,
we thought it was one of the radio disc jockeys, the female radio disc jockeys.
Deny.
I'm
thinking she gonna be like
you my man. I ain't gonna suck you right now because your man's
I'm sober as a butt. That means whoever fight me gonna feel like they fight Roy Jones.
He said he's bossing like Roy Jones. We was there in 5 minutes. Everybody was there. Eminem was there. We showed up. He wasn't there. Some of his people was there.
That night, I get a call. D12 just jumped your friend. One of my niggas. D12 just jumped him at the club that I was on my way to.
So what happened that night?
One of his soldiers.
What you think happened?
One of his soldiers got smashed the fuck up, right? And his shoes is on this block right now somewhere, I think. Somebody wearing it. Somebody wearing it.
So you know what?
It's like 30 niggas, and they jump on one person. You know what I'm saying? He get up and drive home. Didn't even go to the hospital. And that's how Malcolm X came along.
Royce 5'9" would like to apologize to the family of my homeboy Bugs for letting that line leak out the radio. It's a long story how it happened. D12, dog, y'all better quit acting like that was my man, too, like I was trying to disrespect him or something. I was trying to disrespect y'all, because that's what I'm doing from here on in. Yeah, it's only one problem.
Although he apologized for Bugs, Royce's Malcolm X upped the ante.
Nobody believes you.
What rap crew I gotta snatch up out the game? Who must I smack for saying my name? Somebody gon' die, it's probably you. You couldn't fit Bizarre's body in my shoes.
He went after proof.
You better hope you and the white boy keep in touch and be a good little hype man or your lease is up. Since Slim signed 50, I don't see your teeth this much. It's good, cause you got a grill like a fucking truck. Damn.
Bizarre.
Nigga, you can run to hide. I'll be on your porch with a cheeseburger trying to lure you outside, cause he's in it. Bizarre say, G, you net. I bet you throw some extra G's in it, just like a stuttering fool.
Con artist, a.k.a. Denon Porter, and Swift.
Denon and Swifty, please. Give it a year. Both of y'all be raking 50s leaves.
Conniver.
That other nigga y'all got in your group, I don't even know his name, but he can shovel my snow. You.
And Eminem.
I just wish Eminem would stop telling everybody he ain't speaking to me. Like I'm one of his hoes or something. How about this? I ain't speaking to you, chump, and I'ma keep picking on your weak ass crew.
He don't even know my name, but I can shovel his snow. He told me at a club when he was scared that Swift was gonna come and smack him, but he told me to come to his crib and come play Madden. Come down the street and play Madden with me and come kick it with me. See how real I am. He's a whole ass nigga, dog, for real. That's a big. You gonna invite a nigga you don't even know to your crib and play Madden?
He started dressing Eminem. Eminem totally ignored the whole situation. He was like, "Oh, that's fucked up," but he had so much love for Royce that he didn't even get involved. I mean, he got involved, like, you know, I ain't talking to him, but he didn't get involved in it lyrically.
On the Green Lantern mixtape, Eminem almost joined the battle.
Rhinestones are so nice, they shine so bright, especially at night after a hit of ecstasy. Ain't that right? Whoa, wait a minute.
Making matters worse, Royce even threatened to sign with Murder Inc. Records, Eminem and D12's adversary in another beef.
Paul better call me like he called Benzino. Matter of fact, I might even do a song with Ray. Sign to Murder Inc. and hit you with a song a day. We gon' beat
Royce.
Murder Inc.? He said he was signed to Murder Inc. Murder Inc. don't even want to sign.
Because Royce and D12 were both in Detroit, the proximity created an atmosphere of potential violence.
Y'all really want to play? We right under your noses.
Royce the 5'9" is a whole ass nigga. That's number one.
That's
number
one.
two. Why he's a whole ass nigga is because the next week he saw my man Swift at the studio. He had 5 niggas with him and he didn't do shit. Nothing.
Come outside. You come outside.
Nothing.
Hey, nigga,
That's
you
after
come
his
outside.
mans got mashed.
Come outside. You good as pop. You come outside.
What the fuck he said?
He walked in the studio. I'm in the studio with my sister and her girl. What did you talk about? He walked out here with 6 dudes, dog, with drink. With a drink.
And they pistol.
He walked up to me like this. So what's up? I didn't shake his hand.
Hell no.
I said, you said you was gonna smack me. You said you was gonna smack my dog wife.
Right.
It ain't nothing to talk. You talked about bugs. It ain't nothing to talk about. What's up?
Ain't no rap shit, nigga. You want to shake it?
If you come outside, you getting popped.
That's what he said.
Call all your niggas.
We was up
Then we was there 5 minutes
and walked away.
The greatest threats to either side were the artists' street reps, who might not appreciate the difference between what's on record and what's in the streets.
7 Mile Beirut, East Side 7 Mile, baby.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Motor City. Welcome to the Motor City, where the people are ugly
Pop there.
and the guns are pretty.
Press too.
Motherfuckers. Yeah, boy.
You got the people that rap that communicate through rapping. Then you got the people that don't rap that communicate through violence. You see what I'm saying? And when you take your raps and attack the people that communicate with violence, then that's a different ball game for you to have to deal with.
I guess the shit that I say on the record niggas don't believe, so I'm gonna just let some niggas who don't rap talk.
Leaving they rhymes, and a nigga like me just take it one day at a time. Beef is when you die because of your CD. When I come from your blind side before you.
Proof posted a message on his website that he hopes Royce makes it out alive.
On the Royce end he is a lyricist. He's not really a street guy, you know what I'm saying? And these cats over there are street, so it's like, man, let that go, man. He want to rap, he's making mistakes, you know what I'm saying?
And ever since then, Proof he ain't been off the computer. I think he been logged on ever since then.
Trying to find a career.
Every day Proof has something to say.
Royce the 5'9" is from Oak Park, Michigan.
He's a king of OP.
Yeah, how you gonna say you the king of Detroit when you from Oak Park?
Right.
You the king
That's
of
like
OP.
me saying I'm the king of Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
I'm from Queens. Fuck out of here, man.
See, I live deep in the suburbs, so around this area is where people think I don't go. If only they knew I'm in this motherfucker every day. I'm here. I'm right under your nose.
All the tattoos you get,
knows you don't matter.
you can get the whole Detroit map on your motherfucking chest, nigga. You not from the D.
But I will help him get that tattoo off his arm of the D. I will help him get that tattoo off. If you need help, if you just want to change this shit up,
We're trying to concentrate on our album for real, man. We're trying
the
to
OP.
concentrate on our album.
I'm all in your neighborhood. I just take all the precautions, that's all. I do this. I wear this. I keep this. And I don't just go anywhere. I don't hang out. I don't go to clubs.
We still went to every club, still go everywhere we want to fucking go and do anything we want to do.
I don't hang out where my enemies hang out. For what? You know what I'm saying? I ain't looking for trouble. You know what I'm saying? So anything I do from this point on in my life will be out of self-defense.
See that? Y'all niggas get through that first. Y'all niggas just be talking.
Pacing outside of your pretty house. Today, you figured out what's beef. Beef is when these rappers be believing they
Not a problem. This how
like me.
All this shit, this heated shit. Yo, look, catch me. Like these.
Your gun was bigger than you.
I mean that shit for real.
They stumped my man at the Lush. They stumped my man at the Lush. What the fuck do we got to talk about? It ain't nothing to talk about.
If you was gonna do something to us, why you on a videotape with guns? That makes no motherfucking shit. Any real nigga gonna see that.
Shots were fired at one of Royce's crew.
This nigga Cash get shot the fuck up.
My nigga allergic to bullets. He just didn't take his medicine that day.
But look, I got a little advice for you though. If you're gonna send somebody to do something, make sure the motherfucker can aim. And for you niggas who sending niggas who not capable of getting the job done, you're gonna feel like a dumbass when you at his dumbass funeral and you gotta look at his mama. All right? That's all I got to say about that, man.
Beef is when I get jumped by niggas and come back and kill them one by one. Beef is the reaper, patiently pacing outside of your pretty house. Today, you figured out what's beef. Beef is when these rappers be believing they rhymes, and a nigga like me just take it one day at a time. Beef is when you die because of your CD. When I come from the blind side before you see me. Beef is when I get jumped by niggas and come back and kill them one by one.
The hatred, jealousy, and potential violence on the streets of Detroit are just symptoms of a greater disease throughout the hip-hop community, a disease largely caused by business. In the biggest battle royale since the Roxanne battles almost 20 years earlier, Benzino, The Source, Ja Rule, Irv Gotti, and Murder Inc. Records squared off against Eminem, 50 Cent, G-Unit, D12, and XXL Magazine. While the Roxanne battle served as a way into the business, this battle's endgame was to drive the competition out of business.
Yeah. Murder Inc. nigga!
And I don't even carry guns no more, I don't got to. Got undercover cops that'll legally pop you. And I done seen a lot of people cross the line. But this motherfucker job must have lost his mind.
Talking about faggot ass gay Dre Young. And she told me all about how you used to take transvestites home and occasionally wear thongs. No wonder feminine be cross-dressing in pumps and tight little dresses.
Got him thinking he was DMX, then he switched to Pac, now he's trying to be him next. So which one are you, X, Luther, Pac, or Michael? Just keep singing that same song, recycle.
Now everybody want to do songs with Big. If he's alive, he wouldn't do songs with a snitch.
No Ray me, but we don't sing, motherfuckers. So Murder Inc. do your thing, motherfuckers. You unleashed on a team who expects nothing less than R&B coming from that regime.
You looking funny with that bullet in your face, stop talking. You drooling all over the place.
We ain't gonna bring it to anybody who want it, you gon' get it. Your name and we gon' hit them, chew them up and spit them out. Too much venom, and if you roll with them, we gon' fuck you up with them.
On your grave, it's gon' read, here lie 50, who snitched on minutes. The $50 that nickeled and dimed and died like pennies.
Murder Inc., nigga, that's what's up. And ain't nothing popping off after us. Niggas say we gon' murder 50 how? Probably riding around with police right now.
Don't enjoy Jeffrey Atkins reenacting the boys.
But if you're even considering taking our label down, you better find our building and fly fucking plane into it.
Marshall Mathers gotta die. Rise up.
I ain't here to talk about Benzino or Ja Rule. I'm here to talk about Little Ray Ray.
Haley, come here, baby. Come here, baby. Bring Daddy his Oscar. Okay. We're gonna shove it up Ja Rule's ass.
Tell Haley it ain't safe no more. Daddy better watch your back at the candy store. Your mother's a crackhead and Kim is a known slut. So what's Haley gonna be when she grows up? Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. That's Chefs.
Since the last time we talked, I've been working, trying to stay busy. I ran into a little incident where me and Proof finally seen each other, Proof from D12. And we had words.
This shit I really got on some other shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, supposed to be hits in the streets, and some people getting shot, some people get beat up and robbed.
Me and Proof had actually walked away from the crowd, away from where all the melee was. We walked away like person to person, and we was actually talking it out.
But the police had already been called.
And they patted us down, and we both had our guns on us. You know what I'm saying? So we both caught gun cases.
That man got a felony, I got a felony. You know what I'm saying? Me and Royce had talked in the jail cells. He was asking me how this happened, that happened.
Proof basically was like, yo, I felt like you shouldn't have mentioned my name on such and such song. And I was like, okay, I felt like you shouldn't have did such and such. It was basically us getting all our thoughts out in the open.
Like you said, he becoming humble now and knows that he said a lot of wrong things that he just shouldn't have never ever said.
I've said things in the past about them that I shouldn't have said, and I admit that, you know what I'm saying? Just like they've done things to me that they shouldn't have did.
Where do this go? I mean, they gotta hit back. What if they get it bizarre or somebody like that? You know what I'm saying? Or do something stupid. If I can stop the shit, let's stop the shit. You know what I'm saying?
If I talk to Proof and I say, yo, look, we squashing this, that means I'm squashing it with anything that got to do with him.
We reconcile. I'm not gonna hold that against you. Hopefully you don't hold nothing that from this side that happened to your mans would get beat up or whatever, hold it against me. You know what I'm saying? If we let it go, we let it go.
It's a mutual respect, you know what I'm saying? I know they respect me. Just cause of like the shit that I do lyrically, I know they respect me. And I respect them. You know what I'm saying? It's like the respect has always been there.
I can respect Royce, you know what I'm saying? I will talk to him. Cause the best thing is, I would love to see your kids grow up and fight for your publishing. And I would love to see my kids grow up and fight for publishing. You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at life.
When I decided that when Roxanne Shante no longer wanted to make records because I never really wanted to make them anyway, I signed with Warner Electro Atlantic. It was called the WEA system at that time. And part of my contract, they put like what they called a bonus clause, was that they would pay for my education because I was so young. So they felt like, oh yeah, throw it in there. I mean, come on, she's 15, she's already had a baby, you know, she's probably gonna go back and just get as much as a GED, if anything. And I recalled that, I remembered, and I said, you know what, I'm going to school. And everybody was like, oh, Shante, don't do that right now. You're at the peak of your career. You shouldn't leave. You're really popular. Don't fall. I'm telling you, yo, if you leave now, people's going to forget about you. I said, good. I want them to forget about me because I'm going to forget about them. So I left. So now they said, where are you going to go to school? I told them. They said, okay, fine, go. Because they figured I would do one semester, it would get too hard, and I would eventually leave. And I socked it to them, PhD, went all the way to Cornell Medical. And what they started doing was they started actually sending me letters like, well, how long, when is your expected date to stop pursuing your education? Because they knew that they could not withdraw the clause. So they figured that I would, you know, and I socked it to them. I socked it to them for over $175,000 worth of education. Who needs a royalty check?
Ha 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 ha.